Hey, what's the deal, man? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording, it is 4:18 p.m., October 30th, 2024. You know what I'm saying? So it is the day before Halloween. I want to suck your blood. I'm not doing no trick-or-treating or any of that shit this year. You know what I mean? I love trick-or-treating, but not this year. You know what I mean? I wanted to go as Dracula. You know what I mean? Bite the necks of some females. You know what I mean? Bite their fucking necks off. You know what I'm saying? Bite the blood off them. You know what I mean? And also eat some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm fresh like that. You don't have a problem, too bad. Then again, I forgot the IWC hate that shit. They hate when I speak that shit. So I do want to do a video today. I've been wanting to do this video for about a good, if it's not far away, it's because I'm turning the lights off. I wanted to do this video for about a good few days, because, I have, like I said, I got topics that I want to complete. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of topics that I want to talk about. And, I got like a list of topics that I think people are either scared to talk about or they don't want to talk about because they know that I'm going to probably say something that is going to be offensive, but guess what? I do not give a fuck. You know what I mean? When you come into Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get an unfiltered New Yorker's point of view on pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So, do you remember when AEW first started in 2019? And the whole selling point was about creative control, right? Oh man, these wrestlers, if you hear stuff in the background, y'all, it's because they're still fixing in this apartment. You know what I mean? Before I go further, let me say this. I am in what you call a hospitality site where they got people here. Like this building's also being fixed for other people to come in. You know what I'm saying? Here in Gowanus. So, while my apartment's being fixed, you got other people's apartments being fixed too. You know what I'm saying? So if it gets too much, I might pause it and then continue. You know what I mean? Because if you hear drilling and stuff, that's basically what it is. So here's the deal, right? When All Elite Wrestling first started, right, one of the main selling points for wrestlers was, they get a lot of creative control. I got all this creative control. I got this creative freedom and all this other stuff, right? But here's the thing, right? Do they really have some sort of creative say in the company? Because, a lot of wrestlers have creative control and stuff. Let me pause. Let me wait for this shit. Hold on. Fuck it. I mean, they're still drilling and stuff, but I'm going to keep on going. So, they have the selling point of all this creative freedom and stuff. But here's the kicker, right? You can have all the creative freedom that you want, but if you don't have actual pure direction of your character, what good is that creative freedom? If you don't have creative freedom, see, here's the thing. They saw you on creative freedom, right? But they didn't give anyone else creative control. See, that's the difference. Like, you got all this creative freedom. Like, oh, man, I can do this with my character. I can do that with my character. But when you don't have direction of that character or where you want that character to go and such, what the fuck good is that creative freedom? You know what I'm saying? And this is why I don't mind scripts. I don't mind scripts because at least, with scripts, like you could envision your character going one way, but there are people who can envision the character going, somewhere completely different, right? And so I'm absolutely sure when people write scripts, right, for the character, I'm pretty sure that the wrestlers do have input on those scripts, right? And, like everyone who has scripted promo, who has, not even scripted promos, creative freedom in their promos and such, a lot of these wrestlers like to draw the line, right? And sometimes it becomes a detriment. Every wrestler with creative freedom, they want to win the championship. They want to have a push. They want to do this. They want to do that. And it kind of fucks up the flow it kind of fucks up the flow for a feud or where the company, think that, that individual might go towards. You know what I'm saying? And again, creative freedom and creative control are two completely different things, right? If you have one and not the other, what the fuck is the point? You know what I'm saying? And that's what AEW did not put into wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't give them creative control. See, the difference between creative control and creative freedom is, all right, with creative freedom is basically you aim in the direction for your character, right? So you're giving direction for your character, but how much you present your character within that direction is up to you. You know what I'm saying? Which also includes more significantly, scripting your own promos, but also shaping your own character as you see fit, right? Which now you don't really see that in AEW. I mean, yeah, you got people who do that, but, then again, no, not really, because, you have a writing team, right? A quote unquote writing team in AEW, a fucking writing team. And, when I think of creative freedom, I think of bullet points. You know what I'm saying? Like I think of people who have bullet points in their promos and stuff. That is part of creative freedom, right? And of course, you guys know that creative control refers more to the overall direction of your character, such as who will and will not put over and how your matches will be laid out. That's the difference between creative freedom and creative control, right? But see, with scripted promos, there are people who, they have that direction drawn out by somebody else. And it's good for people who don't know how to use creative freedom. You know what I'm saying? It's good for those that do not know how to speak, who doesn't have a character and things like that, right? Or they create a character. You want people who you speak to draw something along the lines of that character. So let's say if I'm a person who is like, I don't know, a Juggernaut, right? Juggernaut, not no Jordan Grace, but I'm talking about Juggernaut from X-Men, right? I kind of look like Juggernaut and stuff. I'll have people who write scripts give me ideas on, something similar to the Juggernaut character and such. And I have my direction. And you know what? I could create something based off that direction. And listen, it's okay. It's okay to do scripted promos. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Why? Because there's people who struggle, right? And, there's people who struggle to talk and shit like that. But that's what these scripted promos are for. You know what I'm saying? If you want to eventually add on different stuff into that scripted promo, that's fine too. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with a scripted promo. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But this mostly works for people who do not have gimmicks and who do not know how to fucking speak and stuff and are trying to find themselves. Basically scripted promos is like training wheels. They're like training wheels until you're able to, script your own promos and write your own shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think, I'm not saying that you can't have creative freedom with a scripted promo. I'm not saying that you can't, right? If anything, that actually helps instead of having, creative freedom with nothing, creative freedom with absolutely nothing, right? And the scripts can actually help your bullet points. You know what I'm saying? It can actually help you say things off the bullet points in the way that you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say scripted promos to me is the way to go. You know what I mean? Because you're working along the writing team and stuff, and they're feeding ideas that you might like and vice versa. So it kind of goes back and forth and back and forth. You know what I mean? It works in dialogue, So if you notice, again, like AEW's creative now, it's shit. Like I don't even know how much they really have in the creative department. I don't even know if they really have that shit. I don't. You know what I mean? Because everything's, like I said, it's all scripted. It's all now scripted promos like WWE. I don't know if WWE still do scripted promos. No, they run through bullet points. They run through bullet points as opposed to AEW where they're running scripts, which is unfucking believable. You know what I mean? But I'm about to be out, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a rest and shit. And I will holler at y'all either later tonight or tomorrow.
All right, peace.